On today's show, I would like to discuss online social networking. It is something that I don't fully comprehend, and honestly, it frightens me a little bit. I am shocked by the fact that these sites are in certain cases the focal point of someone's social life. Now,
That's true.
I am going to admit that my social proclivities are unique, and my experiences in my past are maybe a little limited. For example, I went away to a cold boarding school when I was 14.
Sounds like Charles Dickens.
When a student arrived at this school, they had their picture taken, and it was published in a book with everyone else's picture. It would list your name, your grade, and your dorm. Each student received a copy of this book, and it was an important part of your social life. If you saw a pretty girl walking across campus and you didn't know who she was, you would go through the book that night and find her name, find her picture. Where was she? What dorm?
Sounds stalkery already.
When a dance was coming up and you didn't know who to ask, you would go through the book. Some people would make notes next to a person's picture. They would say, oh, they're in a relationship. Oh, they're friends with so-and-so. Oh, they smoke a lot of pot. Okay? It was great. Now, do you know what the name of this book was?
What?
It was called The Facebook. Okay? That's where Facebook comes from, my high school. Yes.
From your high school directly?
Yes, that's the origin of it. A graduate of my high school a few years later went down to Harvard. He wanted to do a Facebook for the university,
It's
for the
probably a better
college.
school.
Yeah. However, he decided not to do it in a book, but to do it online.
So you're telling me someone you know was the creator
No,
of Facebook?
he's a few years younger than me. Not huge numbers of years, but he was
An
after
alum.
him.
But
Yeah.
you both have the same educational background.
Well, yeah, prep school, Ivy League, yeah. Back off, sister. All right, so, fast forward now to present day. Facebook is $1 billion company. If it was a country, it would have the 4th highest population in the world. Despite having an understanding of Facebook's early genesis, I'm at a loss for its day-to-day use, especially for an individual. Social networking sounds like something to be suspicious of. Everyone in here has their own Facebook page.
Yes.
Why? Matt, I'm looking at you. You're a guy. Give me the guy reason for having a Facebook
I
page.
know, and maybe it's a guy thing, maybe it's a stubborn thing, but I held out as long as possible, but eventually all my friends had them, and every one of my friends said, you have to get one, so I broke down and made one.
Are you better friends with these guys now and these women?
No. No, they force me to get on there, and they don't, talk to me every day or anything.
No, it's so sad.
Is that
Right.
sad? That's not
So
good
now you don't
practice.
see them.
So previously, you would
Yeah.
call them and email them, but now with Facebook, that's gone.
Some of them, yeah, because you can get in contact if you have to, I guess.
Right.
If you have to. But do people, or do they just do these news blasts to
Yeah,
everyone?
just news blast. They write what they're doing on their page. And
Oh, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm the same way. I used to write emails to all my friends all the time. Long emails. And now I just post like a little sentence on their wall.
Well, tell me how I'm doing. 3 days ago, I took out a piece of paper and I wrote a letter on this paper and I put it in an envelope and they put a stamp and an address on the envelope
What?
and put it into a box on the
What's
street.
a stamp?
wow.
And then you got back in your time machine and came back to 2010.
This person has all my letters in their night table next to their bed.
With a little red bow tied around. Perfume.
He loves getting them. No, no, but I joke around, but it's out there for me. A common reason people give for getting on Facebook is they can get in touch with people they lost track of. My rebuttal: there is a reason I lost track of you. There's a reason why we never stayed in touch. Okay.
Some truth to that, maybe.
Every day has turned into a high school reunion. I have to defend my life to people who are more successful than me. Okay? Oh, you're a partner at a law firm? I have a podcast called Infinite Losers. Thanks for asking. Oh, let's reminisce. Let's reminisce about the old days. Yes. 5th grade gym class. I got hit in the face with a hockey stick. My teeth fell out on the floor. I crawled around picking them up. Wow. I haven't relived that moment in a long time. Thanks for bringing that up. You know, what is going on, ladies? I'm turning to you. I have to ask.
Yeah.
Let's take the female perspective here. Is there a hidden hope on your part that the handsome, cute guy from high school is going to email you or go through Facebook to find you, contact you and say, you know, I was madly in love with you then, and the biggest regret of my life is that we never got together. Is that a hope of yours?
It happens to me all the time. So, well, you know, not in those words, but I have been contacted from many guys from my high school that I don't even remember who are like, wow, I remember just everything about you and like how you look amazing now. And,
how do they look now?
Not so great. You know, I would say weight gain and hair loss have really suited you over the years. But, you know, I don't know. You have to reply a polite reply and move on, I guess.
Has anyone ever had an ex contact them?
Oh, I have. Recently, actually. Really recently. An ex of mine. And it's strange. So we haven't spoken to each other or seen each other in about 10, 12 years. And suddenly it's like we're trying to work something out. We're trying to work stuff out.
Which you couldn't work out 10 years ago.
Let's back up here. Who dumped who?
Oh, I dumped him.
You dumped
Which I think actually is part of the problem, that he needs working out. He needs to work out. His ego needs to work out why he was left. Because I don't think that it happened to him before.
So he's going through the details with you.
Yeah, you know what's weird? I don't even really remember why I broke up with him.
Maybe it was the ego.
Actually, you're right.
I was in love with you. You broke my heart. And who are you? Again, confusion's my reaction to a lot of this stuff. And I have managed to avoid it. But no one is beyond the reach of Facebook.
It's true.
My brother has a page. A woman from my past looked me up via my brother. She sent my brother through Facebook a correspondence saying, I'd like to find out how Owen's doing. Can you forward this on to him? All right. So I received this. Yeah, I know. She made the effort. So I received this correspondence. First thing I do is I look at the name. I don't recognize it.
Poor thing.
No, it was a girl who had a crush on me in junior high.
Oh, junior high.
Junior
Maybe
high.
that's why. That's a long time ago.
Okay. Now, regretfully, I don't remember her from junior high, right? Because in junior high, they take the students and they separate them out, right? You're in accelerated math. You're in home ec or wood shop. I wasn't in home ec or wood shop, okay?
Leave it at that.
She was, maybe. I'm not being mean here. But I didn't remember her that well. The other thing that struck me was her last name is now dash another last name.
So she's married.
I don't know.
Must be, though.
Okay.
Or divorced.
Well, that's the question. If she's married, does her husband want her looking up her junior high crush? If she's divorced, why is she looking up her junior high crush? What good can come of any of this? All right. Okay.
It could be harmless, Owen.
I think it's curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity.
Okay.
She wants to see what you're doing.
Well,
She wants to know you're doing a podcast called Infinite Loser.
let me sum it up like this. I have no curiosity about anything.
You have no curiosity about
Maybe
anything.
I'm a socially truncated individual. Right?
Wow.
Stacey, you and I have known each other many, many years.
Many long years.
How many times have we gotten together to have a drink and hash out our personal issues, talk about what's going on?
0 times. Never. Not once. Ever.
That's who I am. You know?
You're a lone ship.
There's
He's
no
a lone wolf.
My ego requires no validation. I do not require an audience for my personal thoughts.
That's almost the biggest ego of all. The strongest ego.
Well, maybe so. Facebook seems very ego-driven.
That's what it's all about.
Right, I'm
really.
only on there to talk about myself.
No, 500 million people. I think the stalker aspect is just
True.
as big as the ego aspect.
So
Yes.
it's ego and stalking.
Yeah, let's be
Well,
honest.
definitely open up to stalking.
Well, I think we've done a lot of ego in this first half. So let's get to stalking in the second half. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do some stalking.
Nice.